Why is it that some people can lose millions, file for bankruptcy, and still come back richer than before, while others can't survive a single missed paycheck? Here's the uncomfortable truth. The wealthy are not playing the same financial game as you are. They don't just save harder, they operate with a completely different set of rules, rules that keep them rich, while most people unknowingly stay stuck. And here's the part that will sting. These rules aren't taught in schools, aren't discussed at your workplace, and aren't even shared at most dinner tables. Stick around, because the last rule is the one that silently separates lifelong financial freedom from lifelong financial struggle. If you're ready to rewrite your financial story, hit that subscribe button. We're committed to guiding you towards a future of financial stability and success. Rule number 1. They play aggressive with money. Most people treat money like a fragile vase. Protect it. Don't drop it. Don't take risks. That's defensive thinking. But the wealthy? They treat money like soldiers on a battlefield. They send it out to fight, multiply, and return with reinforcements. Here's a shocking figure. If you put $10,000 in a savings account today at 2% interest, you'd make about $200 in a year. Meanwhile, inflation eats away at least $600 of its value. That's like filling a bucket with water while someone drills holes in the bottom. It feels safe, but it's actually financial decay. Now compare that to someone who invests that same $10,000 into dividend-paying ETFs or blue-chip stocks, averaging 8 to 10% annually. In 20 years, that's not $12,000. It's closer to $67,000 through compounding. That's the power of playing offense. Let me ask you, if every dollar in your wallet was an employee, would you rather have them sitting at home doing nothing or working day and night building your empire? The wealthy know this answer. They deploy money into real estate rentals, stocks, private equity, even boring businesses like laundromats. Because offense is where the growth is. And here's the kicker. You don't need millions to start. Even $500 a month invested wisely changes your trajectory. Rule number 2. The wealthy build money moats around their fortunes. Ever played a video game where your base is under attack? You build walls, turrets, and traps to protect your resources. The wealthy do the same with money. Most people live financially exposed. One medical bill, one lawsuit, one market downturn, and years of progress vanish. The rich, they prepare for the worst long before it happens. They build moats, insurance beyond the basics, life, health, liability, even key person insurance for business. Portfolio diversification, so if one asset class drops, others hold strong. Emergency reserves not sitting idle but structured in short-term bonds or money market funds. In the 1990s, a U.S. hotel chain owner nearly lost everything during a real estate downturn. But because his assets were separated under multiple LLCs, a collapse in one property didn't wipe out his entire empire. That's a moat in action. They're about peace of mind. The rich don't ask, what if things go right? They ask, what if everything goes wrong at once? Moats only protect a castle that's alive. And castles stay alive through one thing, cash flow. Which brings us to rule number 3. The wealthy worship cash flow, not just net worth. Let's get brutally honest. Net worth looks great on paper, but it doesn't pay the bills. You could own a $3 million house, but if you lose your job tomorrow, what happens? You're house rich, but cash poor. The mortgage lender doesn't care about your net worth. They care about whether money is flowing in. This is where the rich completely flip the script. While most people obsess over how much their portfolio is worth, the wealthy ask, how much cash flow is this asset giving me every single month without me lifting a finger? Cash flow is the ultimate stress reliever. It means groceries paid, mortgage handled, vacations funded, even if the stock market tanks or your job disappears. Once you taste cash flow, you never go back. Because unlike net worth, cash flow gives you freedom today, not in some distant retirement. But here's the trick. Cash flow takes time to build. And that's where rule number 4 becomes the cheat code the wealthy use, even when the first few years feel painfully slow. Rule number 4. The wealthy treat compounding like a secret weapon. If there's one rule that separates the wealthy from everyone else, it's this. They understand the magic of compounding not just in money, but in habits, skills, and relationships. Think of compounding like a snowball rolling down a mountain. At first, it's small, so small it feels like it's not working. But give it enough time and momentum, and it becomes unstoppable. Here's the math. If you invest $500 a month into an index fund like the S&P 500 averaging 10% annually, in 40 years you'd have over $2.6 million. That's not luck. That's math on autopilot. The wealthy lean into this in 3 ways. They start early, they reinvest profits, and they stay pedient. Most people sabotage compounding. They pull money out during market dips, chase short-term trends, or stop altogether when life gets tough. The wealthy? They just keep rolling the snowball. Compounding doesn't just apply to money. Learning one new skill every year compounds into a career advantage. Building strong relationships compounds into lifelong opportunities. Even improving health by 1% each day compounds into energy that fuels everything else. So ask yourself, are you letting time be your enemy, or are you making time your most powerful business partner? Rule number 5. The wealthy use leverage as a tool, not a trap. Here's where things get controversial. For decades, you've probably been told, debt is bad, stay away from it. And sure, credit card debt on luxury gadgets or vacations is poison. But here's the twist. The wealthy don't fear debt. They master it. They use good debt as a tool to buy assets, not liabilities. Imagine buying a rental property with a loan. The tenants pay the mortgage, you pocket the cash flow, and over time the property appreciates. That's not a trap. That's wealth-building leverage. Compare that to the average household that racks up $7,000 or so in credit card debt buying things that lose value the moment they swipe. That's the financial hamster wheel. Leverage isn't just about money, it's also about time. Outsourcing tasks, delegating responsibilities, and automating systems are all forms of leverage. That's why the wealthy scale faster. They're not trying to do everything alone. They're using leverage to multiply themselves. Are you carrying debt that drags you down or debt that lifts you higher? The difference is night and day. But if money and time are both leverage tools, what's the one resource that no one can buy more of? That's the secret in rule number 6. The wealthy buy time, not things. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. You can always make more money, but you can never make more time. And yet, millions of people trade their precious hours for saving a few dollars. The middle-class mindset says, I'll do it myself and save money. The wealthy mindset says, I'll delegate it and save my life. The wealthy outsource yard work, bookkeeping, scheduling, even grocery shopping. Not because they're lazy, but because they know time compounds just like money. Every hour reclaimed today pays dividends in focus, energy, and opportunity tomorrow. And here's the best part. You don't need to be rich to apply this. You can start small. Use delivery apps instead of spending 3 hours at the store. Automate your bill payments so you're not wasting mental bandwidth. Hire help for repetitive tasks so you can focus on skills that multiply your income. Rule number 7. The wealthy master emotional control over money. Getting rich is mostly math. Staying rich is mostly psychology. Here's the brutal truth. Most people lose money not because they're stupid, but because they're emotional. Markets crash and they panic sell. Markets rise and they chase fear of missing out. A new trend comes up and they throw cash at it hoping to strike gold. The wealthy? They've trained themselves to stay calm when everyone else is panicking. They know that recessions create millionaires because assets go on sale. They know that booms are when amateurs overpay and professionals quietly exit. This isn't willpower, it's systems. The wealthy set rules in advance. Always hold cash reserves for downturns. Automate contributions so emotions don't get a vote. Most people buy to soothe stress, flex status, or escape boredom. The wealthy buy based on strategy, not feelings. At the end of the day, wealth isn't built by chasing luxury or living for others. It's built by aligning your money with your values and future. Every dollar you waste trying to impress today is a dollar you deny your tomorrow. True financial success is not about showing off. It's about showing up for your goals, building assets like dividend stocks, index funds, and rental properties that pay you back for life. The moment you stop buying for validation and start investing for growth, you stop living in the cycle of stress and start living in the cycle of abundance. Your money should work for you, not against you. I'm grateful for the chance to share these insights with you. If this video made a difference, like it, share it with your loved ones, and subscribe for more powerful tips. Now, if you want to know about why simplicity is the ultimate wealth strategy, then watch this video. I'll see you there.